hanging out by the plate expecting a strike to be called. It did appear to be outside.
Yeah, just missed the line.
Kepler wasn't taking anything for granted there, and he gets the walk to lead off. And Kepler and Luis Arraez chatting it up at first base. Those two former Twins teammates many years ago. Here's JT Realmuto. 3 for 12 over the weekend in Atlanta. The pitch swung on, line towards left center. That's a base hit. And Kepler turns second. He'll head for third. It certainly was a frustrating Sunday for JT at the plate, but he starts tonight with a base hit, and the Phillies have men on the corners with nobody out.
Well, JT wasn't the Lone Ranger.
Well, that's for sure.
Good to see him. Good base running there by Kepler, going first to third, and that ball to left as Johnson had to go towards left center to pick it up. Kepler goes in without a throw.
So the Phillies a chance to get on the board first. 4 of the first 7 have reached safely against Waldron. And the pitch to Stott. It's in there for a strike called.
That's that knuckleball. You see it high, let it fly. See it low, let it go. Generally.
0-1 the count. Bogarts playing up the middle at shortstop. Cronenworth in a step at double play depth. At second base, here's the pitch. And it's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Stott, who's batting .244. 5 homers and 34 runs batted in. One ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. And it's down low.
Let's see it high, let it fly. Didn't work for me that well when I was playing catch with David West.
Yeah.
He threw a high knuckleball to me, and I reached for it because I'm going to let it fly on a high one.
Yeah.
And it cracked my ribs, so I went on the disabled list the next day.
2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. Swung on, foul back. Let's pause for station identification here on the Phillies Radio Network.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Powered by the Tasty Cake Studios. The home of the Phillies. 94 WIP. An Odyssey Sports Station.
With Larry Anderson, I'm Scott Fransky with you from Citizens Bank Park on this Monday night. No score. Runners on the corners for the Phils. And the 2-2 pitch to Stott is swung on, chopped high, bouncer towards second. Cronenworth fields. His only play is to first. He'll get Stott there, but that gets the run home as Kepler will score. It's 1-0 Phillies.
That's about as productive an out as you can get at first and third without a hit.
So JT moves down to second. Able to get both runners moved up on the play. And here's Brandon Marsh. Marsh, .256 hitter with 2 homers. And the pitch on the way. Marsh, a swing and a miss. Yesterday, Marsh came up in the 6th inning, and the instruction was get that runner to third base by the end of your at-bat. Any way you want to do it, but he needs to be on third when your at-bat is over with.
Right.
And he chose the sacrifice bunt option, which he did a great job putting it down as the pitch fouled back and out of play.
I mean, and especially when a team's struggling. I know they scored 13 runs or
right
that rain delay game, but when you're struggling, you got to do the little things right, and you have to. If you got to play small ball, play small ball.
No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Marsh. Check swing, foul ball over on the first base side. Marsh, a hit in 14 of his last 18 games, batting .345 over that stretch. Got a runner out at second. Outfield is deep, shaded the opposite way. And Waldron kicks the 0-2. And it's up high off the mitt of Maldonado. And down to third base goes JT, and that's something you often have to deal with as a catcher. He's got an oversized catcher's mitt to deal with that knuckleball.
I think that's going to be a wild pitch.
Pass
ball. A pass ball. I'm
right.
sorry, I meant pass ball. He thought he had it.
That's his 7th pass ball this season.
Wow.
Infield is in now. And the 1-2. Swung on, popped in the air, left field. It's not very deep. Getting under it is Johnson. He's going to make the catch. JT takes 2 hard steps, but he's going to hold there. And so Marsh unable to get that runner home from third base. And with 2 down, it'll be left up to the birthday boy, Trey Turner. Happy birthday, Trey. Turning 32 years young today.
All right.
Trey Turner, who still is looking for his first homer
That's unreal.
of the season. He's got 11 total home runs. They've all happened away from home. Waldron with the pitch. And it's taken, and it's in for a called strike.
I think Trey had the right idea. He wanted to go after it and then held back. It was a high strike.
The 0-1. Swing and a tapper. Back towards the mound. Waldron off the hill. He's got it. Fires a strike over the first. And Turner retired for the final out. Phillies get 1 run in the inning. They do it on just 1 hit. 1 man left aboard as well. And we'll head to the third. It's 1-0 Phillies.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans. And while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table. And once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these 2 socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man.
Yeah.
That's the most
That's
important
a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, Can of Corn.
Easy fly ball.
Don't miss out on a hot ticket. The Nelly post-game concert presented by Jim Beam is on Tuesday, July 22nd after the Phillies host the Red Sox at 6:45. Secure seats and field passes today at phillies.com/theme nights.
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Tie up your laces and get ready for Nemours Children's Health Kids Run the Bases. Kids 14 and under can circle the diamond postgame after the Phils host the Padres on Wednesday, July 2nd at 1:05 p.m. Secure your seats at phillies.com.
Third inning now. It's 1-0 Phillies lead it. Martin Maldonado, the catcher, will lead things off. Zach Wheeler with 4 strikeouts thus far, a couple of hits allowed. And time called by Maldonado as he gets set of the box, hitting 182 this season, the 38-year-old Maldonado. And Wheeler's first pitch on the way, a little jam shot, pop up, Wheeler off the hill, third base side, makes the catch near the foul line.
Not carrying that way.
No, even in this heat, Larry.
Nope. Well, join us as we honor and celebrate the 2008 World Series champion Jimmy Rollins and former Phillies GM Ed Wade on Toyota Phillies Wall of Fame night, Friday, August 1st at 6:45. Enjoy a special pregame ceremony as we bestow one of the organization's highest honors on these inductees. Purchase tickets today at phillies.com.
That'll bring Luis Arise to the plate. Arise had a base hit his first time up, and he shortens up as if to bunt, scoots forward in the box, and takes a strike. 0-1 the count. Wheeler already looks far more in command here early than his last start. And as I say that one way in off the plate.
But he's pitching these lefties, a lot of these lefties in, up and in, and they're going after it. They're hacking.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Wheeler against left-handers this year, and he's faced far more lefties than he has righties. They're hitting just 170 against him.
Wow.
With a 529 OPS.
That's unreal.
As a right-handed pitcher, as dominant as he has been against lefties, that's really saying something.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
1-2, and it's fouled over the screen.
Of course, this lefty, not your into the suite.
It went into the suites. It hit something, and then I don't know if it was somebody's drink cup or ice cream cup or something went with it. The ball bounced out of the suite, and so did something else. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's hit in the air, left field. Towards the line goes Kepler, and right along the chalk, in fact, just crossing over into foul territory, he makes the catch. There's out number 2. That'll bring up Manny Machado. Machado, who struck out his first time up. They don't like Manny Machado.
I guess not.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Machado, 7th season with San Diego. Of course, he signed with the Padres the same year that Harper signed with the Phillies. Machado was welcomed to Philadelphia by the Phils during that free agent pursuit. There's a 2-hopper hit to third. Bohm's got it. Machado not exactly busting it at full speed down the line. And that'll do it for the Padres. This is a 1-2-3 for Zach Wheeler. We'll go to the bottom of the third.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to beat a judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables.
No vegetables?
No vegetables.
No, is it straight protein?
Yeah.
Stand the test of time.
Your local Chevy dealers are making a big difference in the lives of youth baseball players in their communities through the Chevy Youth Baseball Program. The Phillies salute Barlow Chevrolet in Delran for their support of the Delran Athletic Association.
The home of the Phillies, 94 WIP.
Home half of the third inning here at Citizens Bank Park on a warm, muggy night. Big crowd on hand, hoping for big fireworks show after this one. Phillies with a 1-0 lead, and Kyle Schwarber a swing and a miss to the first offering from Matt Waldron here in the third inning. Schwarber struck out his first time up. Waldron with a wind of the 0-1, and that one is on the outside corner. Waldron used to play around throwing the knuckleball when he was young. He has a twin brother, and they would do it together, the 0-2 pitch. And it's down low. And Larry, the reason they wanted to learn how to throw the knuckleball is because they had so much fun pitching on video games with R.A. Dickey as the knuckleballer,
oh, yeah?
The video game character, and Tim Wakefield especially. 1-2 pitch on the way, and it's outside. And somewhere along the way in 2021, I believe it was, the Padres had seen him kind of messing around with that knuckleball on the side, and they encouraged him to go ahead and try to use it in games. 2-2 on the way. And that's called third strike. Caught the outside corner, top of the zone, and Schwarber caught looking for the second time.
I think it was a wise decision.
Yeah, I think it's worked out for him.
Yeah.
Got to the big leagues for the first time in 2023. Here's Harper, who walked his first time up. And he swings at the first pitch and hits a big one-hopper on the right side. It's fielded by Cronenworth, and he'll throw to first to get Harper. And there's a quick second out. That'll bring up Alec Bohm. Waldron is from Omaha, Nebraska, a product of the University of Nebraska. Drafted in the 18th round in 2019 by Cleveland. The wind of the pitch to Bohm. It's taken, and it's a little bit low, says Chad Fairchild. Padres got Waldron from Cleveland in a big deal that mainly revolved around Mike Clevenger. As the pitch is up and in. And some other fairly notable names in that deal. Gabriel Arias, Austin Hedges, Josh Naylor, Cal Quantrill.
Wow.
2-0 pitch. And that's inside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. 1-0, Phillies lead it. Here in the bottom of the third inning, Bohm had an infield hit his first time up. Waldron into his wind and his 3-0 pitch. Bohm takes, and that is a strike over the inside corner. Just come back with a standard sinker at 90 miles an hour. Into the windup again, and the 3-1 pitch. And that's low, ball 4, so a 2-out walk.
All right, well, welcome a little one into the Phillies family with the Phillies Newborn Club, presented by Temple Health. Members receive a personalized Phillies birth certificate, a unique Fanavision birth announcement photo, a Phillies onesie, and more. Visit phillies.com/fanclubs for more info.
Did you ever try to throw knuckleballs on the side? Didn't you always? I mean, didn't everybody?
Everybody did.
Yeah.
It was to no avail.
Never got a handle on it?
Mm-mm,
no?
No. Or a knuckle.
It's Castellanos. He takes Sloan away. They just had some great shots of Ranger Suarez trying out the grip on the bench.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I think
I don't think he has any fingernails.
I don't think he's got what I think he's got what he needs.
He's all right, yeah.
1-0 pitch. And that's a strike called at the knees. It's 1-1 to Castellanos. 3 for 10 in the series over the weekend in Atlanta. And batting .282 overall for the year. Cronenworth stationed straight up the middle against him, the 1-1. And that's down and away. And it's 2 balls and a strike. So Westy was pretty good at it?
Very good,
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was from like 90 feet. I had no chance.
2-1. Way outside, and that goes all the way to the backstop, and down to second goes Bohm. Now, you played with some knuckleballers, right? Did you?
Wayne Garland messed with it a little bit early in my career. It was really the only one.
Was the only one. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. And that's way outside, ball 4. Padres facilitated putting Waldron together with both R.A. Dickey and Tim Wakefield on Zoom calls over recent seasons, try to kind of learn more about using the pitch. And Maldonado is going out to the mound to talk to Waldron right now. As Kepler getting ready to bat after 2 outs, nobody on, back-to-back walks. And Kepler's going to bat with a couple of runners on, and Waldron closing in on 60 pitches so far.
Yeah, it looked like he had a quick inning working with 1 pitch to Harper. He struck out Schwarber, but then a walk to Bohm and a walk to Casti.
Well, when I was young, I watched a lot of Charlie Huff with the Rangers. And he had that knuckleball that literally would go
danced
any different way. Yep. And he didn't always know where it was going to go.
Nor did the catcher.
He got to be pretty good at trying to work with it. Here's Kepler. And the pitch. And it's swung on, hit high and deep. Center field. Merrill is back. He's looking up. He jumps at the wall. Oh, and he caught it. Oh, what a catch by Jackson Merrill, leaping at the wall. He steals a 3-run home run from Max Kepler. Almost no reaction whatsoever from Merrill. At the top of his leap, he just takes the ball into his glove and jogs casually off the field. That's an amazing catch.
We're going to be inside the room, so you have to get the NYWS.
Steve's company? Is that
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
And Meineke offers same-day service and fix-it-now and pay overtime solutions. Meineke, doing car care right.
Tie your laces and get ready for Nemours Children's Health Kids Run the Bases. Kids 14 and under can join us post-game on Wednesday, July 2nd after the Phillies play the Padres at 1:05. Visit Phillies.com to order tickets today.
Phillies Baseball, Sports Radio 94 WIP.
It's the RAV4th inning presented by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com to get your new 2025 RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go Phils. And as it always works out, the guy who makes the great play to win the frame, he leads off the next half inning. It's a baseball rule. Jackson Merrill at the plate. After he just saved Matt Waldron and the Padres 3 runs, and here he swings and lifts one high in the air to left. Max Kepler is going to return the favor and catch this one. No acrobatics needed. On a routine fly to left, there's one gone. That was some kind of catch.
He was back at the wall, jumped, and at the height of his leap, he got it in the webbing of his glove.
That's a 6-foot-high wall there, and we see guys running back and on the run maybe climb the wall to stretch. I mean, he's with his back to the wall, just a standing jump.
Yeah.
Straight up. Here's Tatis, and he takes inside.
You don't make that catch if you don't have any ups. He did.
So you don't make that catch.
No.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that one is inside. 2 balls, no strikes on Tatis. Phillies have a 1-0 lead here in the 4th. Tatis grounded out to short his first time up. The pitch. And that's in there for a strike. Next pitch, swung on, bounced to third. One big hop. Bohm's got it, backing up. Long throw, and it's in time. 2 gone. Zach Wheeler, now with 7 straight retired since the double by Bogarts that nearly left the yard, but just barely stayed in. That'll bring up the DH, Gavin Sheets. Padres got off to a very good start this year offensively, but they have really cooled since the first month or so. The pitch is inside.
We got some Fanatic impersonations going on over there on TV.
Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's
ooh.
A little bit low. I am not going to throw stones.
Nope.
Not on that one. 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch in there for a called strike. I hope Crucky got his glasses all back normal again. He might have had to go buy some new ones.
He might have.
We'll have to explain that one. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And it's swung on, fouled back. Today, Larry's having the press meal was fried chicken, and John Kruk left his readers on Larry's desk. And Larry said to me, "Whose glasses are these?" I said, "I think they're Crucky's." So he immediately takes his greasy chicken
because they took the skin off because it's fattening.
Yeah, of course. 2-2 pitch, fouled off. And then he takes his fingers and just smears them on both sides of the glasses. Leaves them there, and then about 5 minutes later clears a bell so everybody in the office could hear, "Hey, are these your glasses?" And I said, "No, I believe they're John's." And John said, "Oh, give me those."
I had to turn my back. I couldn't see it because I was laughing too hard.
And John put them on to look at his phone, and he said, "What the?" And so they were just covered in grease.
Not on purpose.
Uh-huh. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Sheets went around on a breaking ball, and there's strikeout number 5 for Zach Wheeler. 1-2-3 inning for Zach Wheeler. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 1-0 Phillies.
It's officially summertime, and nothing says summer.
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays flying through space in their devil ray-shaped spacecraft.
Coolest on the beach with the Philadelphia Water Ice Fanatic Beach Towel. Get yours on Sunday, July 6th at 1:35 when the Phillies play the Reds. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
The Phillies play here. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
The RAV4th inning is presented by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com to get your new 2025 RAV4 today. Toyota. Let's go Phils. Bottom third of the order for the Phillies. Bat here in the fourth. First pitch is up and in. Spins JT out of the way. 76-mile-an-hour knuckler. 1-0. Phillies lead it. Each team with 2 hits so far. The windup and a 1-0 pitch. And that one is a strike called.
I can't. You look at his numbers from AAA, 22 in the third innings, 27 hits. Opponents averaged 307. Phillies are sitting there with 2 hits.
1-1 pitch. And that's up and in.
Oof.
Well, in that Pacific Coast League, maybe in the mountains, you can't get that knuckleball to work like
That's
he wants.
a good point. It is lighter air there, so it doesn't dance probably as much. But
started the year on the injured list with an oblique injury, the 2-1 pitch. And it swung on, line to center. Merrill coming on. He's got this one. As that one will be a letter-high catch for him, racing in. And JT lines out for the first out, and that'll bring up Bryson Stott. Waldron, who was on a really good run last summer and did so when the Padres needed him most. The team was without Yu Darvish and Joe Musgrove, and they're without both of them again now. The pitch to Stott is up and away. 14 straight starts from early May to just after the All-Star break. He had a 2.76 earned run average, including a good start here against the Phillies. Here's the 1-0, and that's outside. He did, however, kind of limp to the finish line and didn't end up being on their postseason roster. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and it's taken. That's a strike. In 3 starts in August, he had a 13.81 ERA.
Ooh.
And would finish the year with an ERA just under 5 at the big league level. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. That's up and away, and it's 3-1. He has thrown 66 pitches to this point. 32 balls, 34 strikes.
It's not a real good ratio.
Here's the wind and the 3-1 to Stott. He takes, and that's a strike on the outside corner. Stott, an RBI with a ground out back in the second. Waldron ready to go again, the 3-2. And that's up and away, ball 4.
We'll bring home the best bobble in baseball on another City Connect Friday when all fans take home a Pico JT Remuto bobble figurine on Friday, July 18th at 6:45 when the Phils host the Angels. Purchase tickets at Phillies.com.
That's now 5 walks for Matt Waldron. We're in the 4th inning. Walked 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and now 1 more here in the 4th with Brandon Marsh coming up. 1 out, 1 on. 1-0, the Phillies lead it. And Waldron ready. And runner goes, and the pitch is taken down and in. Maldonado with no chance. Stott a stand-up stolen base.
You don't see too many of those, but you do probably see a majority of those you'll see with the knuckleballer.
13th stolen base of the year for Bryson Stott. 1-0 the count to Marsh. And the pitch. Swung on, ripped foul, first base side. Right side of the infield is deep. Left side of the infield, Machado's got to still worry about third base with that runner at second. So he's about 15 feet or so, maybe a little more off the line. Bogart straight up the middle, just to the left of second. Outfield way over to the left side, the pitch. Marsh pulls it, right side. It'll be flagged by Arise near the line. His flip to Waldron, the race to the bag. He's safe. Now Stott trying to score. The throw home is late. And Bryson Stott scores from second on the infield hit by Brandon Marsh. It's 2-0 Phillies.
Good hustle all the way around.
Padres wondering whether they want to challenge the call at first base or at the plate. Mike Schilt says they do not. Waldron with the last step there. I'm not sure he even got his foot on the bag. And Waldron then crossing over the bag had to spin around and make the throw to the plate. Stott was able to get his hand in on the dish just ahead of the tag from Maldonado. So it's 2-0 Phillies. And again, without hitting a ball out of the infield, it's 2-0. Here's Turner, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. Waldron ready, and he'll throw over to first. And boy, Arise picks it out of the dirt, spinning around as he saves perhaps another error. Arise has a first baseman's mitt that looks about as big as Maldonado's catcher's mitt. Big hole on the right side as Cronenworth straight up the middle against Turner. Waldron ready in the pitch. Swung on, pop foul, first base side. That's going into the seats. Oh, and 1 the count. Marsh leads away at first base. The 0-1 pitch, runner's going. The pitch is taken for a strike, throw down to second, and he's safe, they say, at second base. As Marsh trying to swim move on the tag. He gets around the tag. He looks like he might have dusted up his knuckles a little bit, perhaps. Maybe scraped him on a cleat or something, but that's a heck of a move right there.
Really?
He goes in, pulls the left arm out of the way, and goes to the outside of the bag, and I think maybe he got his hand cut up by the cleat of Cronenworth. The pitch way outside of the backstop. And that will send Marsh down to third. Boy, what a mess.
Yeah.
Again, it was a line out to left. Stott walks. He steals second. Scores on an infield ground ball to first base by Marsh, who then steals second and now goes to third on a wild pitch. And Ruben Niebla, the pitching coach, is going to go out to talk to Waldron, who has thrown 74 pitches.
Yeah. 3 in the third.
39 of them strikes. 5 walks, 2 wild pitches. Another pass ball in there as well for the catcher. The count 1-2 on Turner. Infield is in. And Waldron, long set, clock winding down. Here's the pitch. Turner swings and fouls it out of play, first base side. Turner now 0 for his last 9 after his big 4-hit game on Friday night. Machado and Bogarts tight together on the left side. Waldron's 1-2. It's up high. Maldonado thought about back picking at third, but he dropped it. So got off no throw, and Marsh able to get back. How are those dumplings?
What are you talking about?
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-0 Phillies. And the pitch. Swing and a chop towards third. Machado coming in. Fields it. No throw. Another infield hit and another run scored. As Marsh will cross the plate, Turner with an RBI, and the Phillies with a 3-0 lead.
Manny Machado certainly has a better shot, better view of it down there, but I'm wondering if it might have been wiser just to let that ball go.
See if it went foul?
Yeah.
Big high bounce and made the choice to field it. Again, the Phillies now with 2 runs in the inning, and they haven't hit a ball out of the infield. At least not for a hit. JT's line out to left, start of the inning. Here's the pitch, and that's down low. Schwarber 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Turn, a throw to first. Turner dives back in. Phillies have already stolen 2 bases in the inning. And perhaps they're thinking about a third. Turner's got 20 of them so far this season. Right-hander ready. That is 1-0. Schwarber takes. That's in for a strike. Still only 1 out in the inning. And still nothing doing out in the Padres bullpen. Padres bullpen has been worked pretty hard here of late.
Yes.
1-1. And it's ripped foul down the first base side. It's possible, it's probable really, they wouldn't have either of their top 2 righties tonight, both Suarez and Jason Adam.
Right.
Maybe the same for their top lefty, Adrian Morejon. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Waldron delivers. And the pitch, check swing, back pick at first. He is safe at first base. They ask at third base, and Bill Miller says Kyle did not swing. A lot going on there on the corners, at the plate, all in one play. Bottom of the 4th inning, Phillies lead 3-0. Waldron is ready. He kicks in the pitch. Swung on, ripped foul again, first base side. The count remains 2-2 on Schwarber. Against Matt Waldron. And the pitch. And that is down low.
Ooh, wow. That whole ball was in that box. It didn't even touch the line.
He's missed a few at the bottom of the zone, both for and against.
He did call one knuckleball that was below the zone.
Right.
That wasn't touching the line. That's the only one. The others have been on the line or they're not getting that low strike.
Well, 3-2 with 1 out. Turner's going. The pitch is down and in. Ball 4. It gets behind Maldonado. Turner a big turn at second. He's going to go to third. He's going to stay there. As Maldonado thought about throwing to third, Turner had actually stopped about 20 feet past second.
Yeah.
So another walk. And now Harper with runners on the corners. And that's the 3rd wild pitch by Waldron in this game. And 6 walks. Wow. Here's Harper, who had the first of them. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. pardon me, fouled it off, and 0-1 the count. Time called as Maldonado will flash the defense. I'm guessing Maldonado hasn't had to catch too many knuckleballers in his career.
It does not appear that's so.
0-1. Swung on. Line caught by Arise, who will tag the base at first and doubled off Kyle Schwarber. Well, not much you can do there.
Nope.
After all of that, the one ball that's hit well results in a double play. How about that? 2 runs for the Phillies on 2 hits, 1 left, and we'll go to the
Here we go. This is a classic road jersey for Boston. This is the first uniform I put on when I came with Boston. When you see those 2 socks together, that's one thing I know I had to do. I had to make sure I had my red socks high, okay? My 2 red socks, because, you know, there's 2 here.
Hackersuck.com to learn more.
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball, 94 WIP.
Major League Baseball is taking over the ATL with the game's biggest events. The action begins with the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN July 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Then catch the 95th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 15th at 7 p.m. on Fox.
Xander Bogaerts will lead off for the Padres. It's 3-0 Phillies. First pitch is a fastball that's in for a called strike. The skies certainly do look a little bit threatening.
Yeah.
Off to the west.
So does the radar.
Wheeler with the wide in the 0-1, and that is a called strike. It's 0-2. You'll get your 5 innings in and see what happens, right? Here's the windup by Wheeler in the 0-2 pitch to Bogaerts. He swings and punches one the other way, a base hit into right. Bogaerts, who hit only 11 homers last year. Bogaerts, who, of course, signed that huge deal with San Diego, now in his 3rd year with the Padres, but has not lived up to that big contract that he signed. Here's Jake Cronenworth, who struck out his first time up. Padres have some long-term commitments. There's no doubt about that. Here's the pitch to Cronenworth, and that is a called strike. Cronenworth is signed through 2030. Fernando Tatis is signed through 2034. That's way inside. Jackson Merrill is signed through 2035. Manny Machado is signed through 33, and Xander Bogaerts the same. 1-1 pitch. That's way inside. That's 5, I count, who are signed for the next 4 seasons or more. Wow. Currently on this roster. Did that hit him?
Yeah.
And so down to first goes Cronenworth. As Bogart's in at second, 2 on, and that'll bring up the left fielder Bryce Johnson. Johnson, a 29-year-old in his second year in the Padre organization. He's the tying run at the plate with nobody out in the 5th. Wheeler comes set, and they're expecting the bunt, and the pitch way inside, almost hit him. They ask at first base whether or not he offered at it with the bunt. He did not. Johnson struck out his first time up. How do you get out of the way of that?
Man, I don't know. But I'm sure he's glad he did.
Bowman on the grass at third base as Wheeler delivers. And the bunt popped up, foul third base side, but it'll land untouched. 1 ball, 1 strike. Johnson, who made the big leagues 3 years ago, first as a member of the Giants. So far just playing in his 11th game this year with the Padres at the big league level. Here's the 1-1, and he swings and fouls it out of play. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, nobody out. And Wheeler's pitch, swinging a ground ball foul, third base side.
Well, that's one thing he could use right here is a ground ball double play. That was pitch number 60.
The pitch, breaking ball down and in. Johnson started his year in the Pirates organization, was playing for AAA Indianapolis, got swapped in exchange for a catcher, Brett Sullivan, back in mid-April. And all in all this year, had a .276 average at AAA with 3 homers. The count 2-2, Wheeler ready. A check of Bogarts in the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out, fastball.
Blew by you.
And we're going to get a pinch hitter here for Maldonado, as they're going to send Trenton Brooks to the plate. So Brooks, former UNLV product, bats for the catcher here. In the 5th inning with 2 men on. And maybe Mike Schilt feeling like this is the time to go for it here with the game perhaps shortening up because of weather.
Right.
First pitch to Brooks. He takes up high for ball 1. Brooks batting .167. He's only had 13 plate appearances so far. 29-year-old from Alpine, California, originally. 1-0 pitch. And it's swung on, line caught by Stott, flips back to Turner, and out is the call at second base as they doubled off Xander Bogaerts. We'll see. Padres will double check on video.
I wasn't sure they got it, but...
Wow, they're not going to challenge. They
Wow.
do turn 2, and a great
Nice.
play by Stott on the backhand and throws from his backside. He was down on the dirt and throws to Turner covering, and Bogaerts.
Yeah. Stottlemyre still wants somebody. There's Randy Johnson, the big unit. He towers over everybody. Randy's got to change his cap.
Oh, jeez. There you go. That looks better. Get that D-backs hat on, Randy.
Actual down payment may vary, subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N7725.
At PGW, delivering clean, reliable natural gas to Philadelphia homes and businesses safely is our top priority. If you smell gas, call 215-235-1212. PGW, fueling the future.
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
The new catcher, Elias Diaz, he'll take hold of that big floppy catcher's mitt. And the first pitch to Alec Boehm from Matt Waldron, hit in the air down the right field line. Tatis giving chase, but that'll be into the seats, no play. And it's 0-1. Phillies 3, the Padres nothing. Boehm tonight has been aboard twice, an infield hit and a walk in his two plate appearances against Matt Waldron. They are getting some action going in the Padre bullpen as a right-hander starts to loosen up. And the pitch, it's up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boehm came into the night 3 hits in his last 25 at-bats is all, the 1-1. And that's a strike at the knees on the outside corner. So did you try the dumpling? Did you have a chance before I rudely interrupted you?
Yeah, it was. If you're a dumpling kind of guy, it's real good.
From the Brooklyn Dumpling Shop. Pitch is down low. That's the Coca-Cola Corner feature.
Okay.
Here at Citizens Bank Park tonight through Wednesday. Out in the left field plaza. Brooklyn Dumpling Shop, 3 locations in the city. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, bounce towards short. Easy play for Bogarts. Pumps once, throw to first in time. And Boehm is retired for the first out.
All right, well, time for the Citizens stats leader. O'Neal Cruz of Pittsburgh scored twice, hit 2 two-run home runs for 4 RBIs to lead Pittsburgh to a 12-4 win and a sweep of the Mets, outscoring them 30-4 in a 3-game series.
Pretty amazing.
Citizens, the official bank of the Phillies. I mean, wow.
Here's Castellanos. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a walk and a strikeout. The pitch. Breaking ball blasted down the left field line towards the pole, and this one is gone. First ball swinging, and Nick Castellanos lines one down the line and right. It's his 10th home run of the season. And the Phillies now lead it 4-0.
That got out in a hurry.
Sure did. Again, Castellanos, a lot of first pitch swinging these days. But he's had a lot of success on it as well. Trying to bring up Max Kepler. Half of his home runs have come on the first pitch of an at-bat.
Wow.
Waldron with a pitch. Kepler takes outside for a ball. Kepler robbed of a home run his last time up. Would have been a 3-run home run if not for the leaping catch by Jackson Merrill to end the inning. The pitch. And that's a breaking ball for a strike. And it's 1-1. Here's the pitch, and that's down and in. They were just showing that later, about a month ago when Kepler got robbed of a homer by Michael Harris II.
Oh, yeah.
2-1 pitch, and it's fouled back. Stop hitting it to center with that low wall.
Exactly. Just not smart hitting.
Kepler walked and scored in the second. It's 4-0 Phillies. And the pitch by Waldron. That's down and in. Castellanos on the first pitch put in play this year. That's now 29 hits in 61 at-bats. Just a hair under 500 on the first pitch. With 10 doubles, which is just about half his total, and 5 homers, which is exactly half his total. Three-two on the way. Kepler swings, hits it in the air to left center. Merrill ranging over into the gap. He and Johnson are both there. And it looks like Merrill makes the catch. Johnson did not back away as Merrill does hold on to it. There's out number 2. Let's pause for station identification here on the Phillies Radio Network.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Powered by the Tasty Cake Studios. The home of the Phillies. 94 WIP. An Odyssey Sports Station.
Phillies 4, the Padres nothing. We're in the home half of the 5th inning. And Matt Waldron in the windup. The pitch to JT. Swing and a foul back. Realmuto lined to center his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Phillies with 5 hits on the night. Waldron has walked 6. The pitch is outside. He's thrown 3 wild pitches. The 1-1, and that one floats in for a strike. Last year, 146 innings in the major leagues with that knuckleball. He threw 5 wild pitches.
Wow.
Is all. One-two in the dirt. That's kind of remarkable.
It really is. I think these have really, the three tonight have really gotten away from him. But that's 3 in 5 innings. And 5 in what, 146 you said? Something like that?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The 2-2 on the way, and it's fouled back. Most of his innings came with Kyle Higashioka as his catcher. In his career, Higashioka far and away the leader in innings caught with Waldron on the mound. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the righty's pitch swung on, punched into right. That's a base hit. 102nd pitch on the night for Waldron. And Bryson Stott coming up and Mike Schilt coming out as he's going to go to the bullpen. Got a left-hander warming up. 2 straight lefties due up for the next 5 hitters for the Phillies are left-handed. So we'll have a pitching change here in the bottom of the 5th inning, brought to you by Pennington Grass Seed, official partner of the Phillies grounds crew.
Also find a Colby's location in Mount Holly, New Jersey. See you at Colby's this summer.
Left-hander Wandy Peralta is on in relief. 3-1 record, a 3.82 ERA for Peralta. Comes into the game with the Phillies up 4-0. And some darkening skies here about the ballpark. But don't worry, Larry.
No, we got another hour rain-free.
Another hour?
Yeah.
At least, they say. Here is Bryson Stott. And the first pitch to Stott. He swings and fouls it. Lefties are hitting .316 off Peralta. However, of course, these two, Bryson Stott has not hit lefties as well as he has righties. So Padres go to the left-hander to try to get this inning over with here. 2 outs, a runner at first. Phillies up 4-0 the pitch. And it's in the dirt. Diaz blocks it, but not before JT scampers down to second base. So we've got a 4th wild pitch now in the box score.
Did I say an hour?
You said an hour.
Yeah. Maybe more like 18 minutes.
I mean, I was going to say, it looks like there's some folks kind of standing and maybe getting ready, but all the cameras have been covered. That's kind of a big difference.
That's a lot different.
Here's the 1-1 down and away. You hit refresh on your radar. Two balls, 1 strike. JT at second. The pitch. Stott a swing and a miss.
I don't really see it till after 9, but
okay. Wandy Peralta still averaging about 95 on that fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes the pitch, and that's a called 3rd strike. 96 on the outside corner. Got him looking. Sides retired. Phillies get 1 on the homer by Castellanos, his 10th of the year. And as we head for the 6th inning, it's the Phillies 4 and the Padres 0.
At Citizens Bank Park, we don't carry the title of fan lightly.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it. But as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
but discovering new paths forward, giving you a head start on better outcomes. Learn more at foxchase.org/where you start, because where you start matters.
The Angels are flying in for some summer weekend fun to match up against the Phils on Friday, July 18th at 6:45, Saturday, July 19th at 6:05, and Sunday, July 20th at 1:35. Get tickets at Phillies.com.
The home of the Phillies, 94 WIP.
Time for the Citizens Stats Leader. Well, no, it's not, because we already did that. It's time for the Chick-fil-A Nugget of the game. June 30th, 1967, playing his 9th position since joining the Phillies in 1963, super sub Cookie Rojas pitches a scoreless 9th inning in a 12-3 loss to San Francisco, allowing 1 hit.
Top of the order for the Padres. Here as we go to the 6th inning. It is 4-0 Phillies. Luis Ariz. will lead off. Arise 1 for 2 thus far against Zach Wheeler. Arise 339 plate appearances this year with 7 strikeouts. Pitch is a called strike. He doesn't walk much either. He only has 15 walks. So he is putting the ball in play. The 0-1, and it's fouled away. And it's 0-2. Luis Arraez in his career has faced 24 different pitchers 10 or more times who have not been able to record a strikeout. I mean, he's got some who have, obviously, but there's 24 different pitchers who have had 10 chances or more and haven't struck him out. Here's a swing and a foul, backing out of play.
Wow.
Shane Bieber, who's a pretty good pitcher when he's on and healthy, has faced him 33 times, and he's never struck him out.
Stop. Really?
33 times.
Wow. With his stuff and his arm?
0-2. And he bounces one to third, slaps it over there. Bohm's got it, fires to first, and Arraez is out. Number 1. The most he has struck out against any pitcher in baseball is 4 times. And he's actually done it against 4 different pitchers.
He struck out 4 times against 4 different pitchers.
Yeah. There are 4 pitchers who have struck him out 4 times. Here's Manny Machado. And the first pitch on the way to Machado is in tight. Lucas Giolito is one of them. Cal Quantrill is another.
Really?
Carlos Rodon has done it 4 times. Here's the windup and the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. But probably the best rate of anybody is Corbin Burns, he's faced only 9 times, but he's struck out 4 times against him.
Wow.
Here's the 1-1. And this one's blasted to left. Turning is Kepler. He looks up at the wall, and that's off the fence. In play. Kepler fires it into second, and he's going to hold Machado to a long single.
I'm honestly surprised that ball didn't go out in this, the way the ball carries. We've seen line drives carrying out the center, and this one maybe had a little topspin on it.
Here's Jackson Merrill. So that's 2 off the wall today for the Padres. 1 for a double, 1 for a single. And Merrill swings and grounds one foul up the first base line. Merrill is 0 for 2. Merrill, last year, second in the Rookie of the Year voting. Had the unfortunate luck of coinciding with the debut of Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
His pitch is down and away. But Merrill, you look at his numbers from last year, he was really good for them.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of injuries this year and maybe hasn't been quite as dynamic as he was a year ago. Here's the 1-1 pitch and a swing and a miss. He's from the Baltimore area originally. He's only 22. And last year hit .292 with 24 homers, drove in 90 runs, had an OPS around .825. Plays a great center field.
And that's a big ballpark, too. Those home runs.
Throw over the first will chase Machado back. For 4-0, Phillies lead it, 6th inning. Wheeler ready at the letters, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him, and Merrill down on strikes. Second time tonight he has gone down on strikes. And that'll bring up Fernando Tatis. He was 0 for 2. Tatis now 1 for 8 lifetime against Wheeler. Short lead for Machado. Here's the pitch. Tatis takes down and in. Tatis, who hit 42 homers in 2021. And then, of course, failed the drug test and missed 22 with both an injury and the PED suspension, as the pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. His home run high post-suspension is 25 compared to 42 before the suspension.
Makes a difference, I guess.
1-1, and that's up and in. Two and one. Wheeler stretching. Here's the pitch. Swung on, a little flare into center. That's going to fall for a base hit. Stopping at second is Machado. So 2 aboard with 2 outs, and Gavin Sheets coming up. Wheeler right now at 79 pitches.
Still plenty in the tank, although it is really muggy.
Well, Sheets trying to get his team back in it here, as it's a 4-0 ball game in the 6th. And a pitch that's inside from Wheeler. 1 ball to no strikes. Zach, who threw 100 pitches in 6 innings of his last start, threw 98 pitches in just 5 innings to start before that. Here's a check swing strike called. That was a game he got no decision. He went 5 scoreless innings. But the Phillies had to break it open late and win it 10-2. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Down low. And it's 2-1.
No runs, 5 hits, no errors for San Diego. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Phils.
Wheeler with a 2-1. Swing and a miss.
Phils haven't necessarily been crushing the ball, but it's good to see 4 runs on the board.
Yeah, they've done it a little small ball, 1 home run. Taking advantage of some wildness by Matt Waldron. The 2-2. Strike 3 called, got him looking. Well, that's paint.
That's exactly right.
97 on the outside corner. Gavin Sheets shaking his head as he walks away. He's the 8th strikeout victim of the night for Zach Wheeler. He's got 6 scoreless in the books thus far. We'll go to the.
You're renowned for your positive attitude on the diamond, Sagittarius, but you occasionally find yourself getting distracted. Implementing a mindfulness practice might not look like your normal warm-up activities, but it could make a world of difference to your game. You'll find yourself able to stay laser-focused on the movements of your opponents.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards and memories.
Visit smbb.com.
While everyone's listening to the ball game on the Phillies radio network, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, is hard at work rebuilding our infrastructure, whether it's transportation, water, or energy projects. ELEC and the operating engineers, 825, are ready to get to work building our bounce back.
Phillies baseball, Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Brandon Marsh leading off for the Phils, who've got a 4-0 lead. And he takes the first pitch for a strike from Wandy Peralta, who's back out after closing out, getting the final out of the 5th, back out here for the 6th. And the pitch, swinging a ground ball, rolled on the right side. Cronenworth up with it. His throw to first is in time, and there's one gone.
So one out, that'll bring up Trey Turner, flipping the order over.
43 es dominado.
Terry Heroes in need. Lift the fog of depression. Visit kmgpsychiatry.com. Kind of a light night around the majors. Just 7 other games, couple of them later on, as Trey Turner sends one in the air to deep center field. Jackson Merrill back right in front of the warning track, and he'll make the catch quickly. 2 outs. Dodgers are off. Giants will play the Diamondbacks in Phoenix later on this evening. Reds went to Boston, and it did not go so well for them. Chase Burns making his 2nd Major League start for Cincinnati. And the Red Sox got 7 runs in the 1st inning against the Reds. Now 7-3 in the bottom of the 4th.
I saw that kid pitch the other day. He's got some electric stuff, man. He's got a live arm. Red's got such a good one right there.
There was some talk tonight about perhaps tipping. And the Red Sox were all over it, it would appear.
I say at least 20%.
Schwarber takes a strike of guys.
20% tip, like when you're going out, like to a restaurant.
Different kind of tipping here.
Right.
This is a pitching thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, you're a very
well.
Generous
According to that, I was tipping every single pitch in my career.
That's what you say now. 0-1 is a strike on the outside corner, 0-2 to Schwarber. If only someone would have told you, it could have been so different,
right?
0-2, Schwarber swings and tips it into Diaz mid. Strike 3, a very tidy 1-2-3 6th inning for Wandy Peralta as the Phillies go in order for the first time tonight. On to the 7th.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
We're lawyers. We're your neighbors, living and working in our community. With over 80 years of combined experience, we know what it takes to win multi-million-dollar settlements in the San Diego courts. Don't face this alone. Learn more at SeriousAccidents.com. Local attorneys, serious results.
Top of the 7th from Philadelphia is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. For all that is you.
The late, great Harry Callis. Nicely done.
Thank you. Loved Harry. Well, what a gentleman. What a class guy. Miss him dearly, even after all these years.
Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. The Trusted will score. The Phillies 4 and the Padres nothing. Xander Bogaerts leads off, turns away from an inside fastball 1-0. Another multi-hit game for Xander here tonight. 2 for 2. He doubled in the second, and he singled the other way, leading off in the fifth. Pitch here is taken, and right down the middle, that's a fastball for strike one. Fifth multi-hit game in the last 10 for Xander Bogaerts.
I don't think he's over swinging. I think he's going to affirm a swing on offerings.
Sends this one in the air to shallow left field. Kepler, big strides coming straight in. He's there. Makes the catch. And for the first time tonight, Bogaerts is out, one away. Jake Cronenworth, the batter. 0 for 1 with a strikeout, hit by a pitch his last time. Phils with a 4-0 lead. And Cronenworth out in front of a first pitch curveball. He swings and misses, strike one. Phillies only one more hit than the Padres here tonight, 6-5. But as a friend of mine says, it is not a hit collecting competition. It is a run scoring competition. Cronenworth swings and misses, strike two. And the Padres have none of those here against Zach Wheeler. Phillies didn't necessarily need a lot of hits. Matt Waldron at 6 walks. And they took full advantage, or at least partial advantage of that. 0-2 is in the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Waldron 4 2/3 here in his 2025 debut. 4 runs, 6 hits, 6 walks, 3 wild pitches, 3 strikes, 104 pitches. 1-2 to Cronenworth. And Jake swings, fouls it straight back on the line. Obviously not great for Waldron tonight, but I mean this with all sincerity, like, definitely could have been way worse.
Absolutely. It could have been 8-0 when it was 3-0, thanks to Jackson Merrill snatching back a possible 3-run shot. That was the play of the day.
Garai's double play also big.
Yep.
1-2, a little bit up. And now 2-2 on Cronenworth.
That's the beauty of this great game of baseball, though, isn't it, Jesse?
It don't gotta make sense.
It's a good way of putting it.
Padres now trying to put something, anything together offensively to get back in it. 2-2, swing and a miss. Another curveball, another K. Number 9 for Zach Wheeler.
Wheeler has got it going, and he is maintaining the velocity, the break, the location. He's got it all working here in the 7th.
Visit America's #1 ballpark and go behind the scenes with a Petco Park tour presented by Bubs at the Ballpark. Pre-game tours unlock early admission to the yard, and our VIP tours get you on the field for batting practice. Learn more and book your tour today at Padres.com/tours. First pitch fastball outside, and Bryce Johnson takes ball 1. Switch hitter batting left-handed, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts tonight. 4-0 Phillies in the 7th. Johnson swings, muscles one in the air to right center field. Long run, Marshy's going to get there and make the catch on the move to end a 1-2-3, top of the 7th inning. Time to stretch in Philadelphia. Fills up 4-0 on the Padres radio network.
A sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah, it's gray.
Maybe there was something went wrong with his other one.
1-1 to Marte, in the air, right to the guy we just showed you.
Every detail. Because this isn't just business for us, it's personal.
At Miramar Kitchen and Bath, we believe your experience matters. That's why our experience matters.
Miramar Kitchen and Bath.
Contractor's license 657333.
Hey gang, take a trip to Hawkins and join the Padres for Stranger Things Night on Saturday, July 5th, when the Padres host the Texas Rangers at 6:40. Purchase a special themed game package to receive a ticket to the game and a reversible bucket hat. Visit Padres.com/themegames.
Bryce Harper, Alec Boehm, Nick Castellanos coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning. David Morgan on to throw in relief of Wandy Peralta. Went 4 up, 4 down with a couple of Ks. Pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline is your 15-minute instant drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for directions and discounts. That's SoCalOilChange.com. Harper's first game off the IL, 0 for 2 with a walk, lined into that double play as last time. And he takes a triple-digit heater outside, ball 1. So a nice job by Wandy to keep this thing where it's at. And again, the Padres are in this game. 1-0 to Harper. Morgan's pitch taken right down the middle. That was the slider. And a called strike, 1-1. 7th inning stretch was brought to you by Bulkhead Energy. Built by heroes for heroes, the go-to energizer for military, first responders, and essential workers of all professions. 1-1 to Harper. Morgan kicks and fires, and a swing and a miss. Got a fastball past him. Drink Bulkhead Energy, fuel for heroes. Go to bulkheadenergy.com.
Well, you mentioned Waldy Peralta. What did he do? He held the deficit. Same thing right here for David Morgan. Got a hold of Phillies at 4.
1-2 to Harper. Morgan delivers, misses up and away at 100 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bryce Harper, playing tonight for the first time in 25 days. Dealing with this right wrist inflammation. It bothered him all last year. Just was not the same guy in the second half as he was in the first half of the season. 2-2, down and in. And now 3 balls and 2 strikes to Bryce Harper.
Does that hit him?
Apparently it did. Must have gotten him on the foot.
There was a curveball down and in.
There's one of those where he pointed it out to the plate umpire, Chad Fairchild. Padres will not challenge it, so Harper aboard to begin the bottom of the 7th inning. Alec Boehm, the batter. 1 out of 2 with an infield single and a walk. Phillies trying to add to their 4-0 lead. Fans clapping along with the fanatic who's stomping on the first base dugout. Boehm takes low, ball 1.
Well, here's your leading candidate for grounding into a double play. Boehm has grounded into 12 this season. 12, yes, a dozen.
About as many as anybody in the National League. 1-0, Morgan deals. Boehm spins away from a slider that ran in on it.
I really like the stuff of David Morgan. He's got the hot fastball. You mentioned that Jesse had a hundo. He's got that tight slider. About 86, 87.
Flip a curveball up there, too.
Yep.
Keep you honest. 2-0 to Boehm. Hit on the ground. Back to Morgan. He's got it. Fires to second. 1. Cronenworth's turn in time. And for the 13th time this year, Alec Boehm grounds into a double play, and he is shaking his head as he walks back to that first base dugout.
Great job by David Morgan right there. He got that ball and fired. You know, a middle infielder, you know, everybody can catch the perfect throw. You have to anticipate the bad throw. That was like down near the kneecaps a little bit for Jake, but he got it at the keystone and turned it for the 1-4-3.
So thanks to that, 2 outs, nobody on now. Nick Castellanos hit a home run on a knuckleball his last time up. First pitch here, a fastball, and fouled away back behind home plate, 0-1. 4-0 Phillies with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the 7th inning. Zach Wheeler has thrown 7 shutout innings. And I don't believe there is anybody moving at all in the Philadelphia bullpen. Pitch coming. Castellanos takes at the top of the zone a called strike. And, Wheeler, 7 shutout innings, 5 hits, no walks, 9 strikeouts, thrown 95 pitches.
I think Rob Thompson, the manager for the Phillies, is going to ride that horse as long as he can, huh?
He has thrown as many as 108 pitches this year. 0-2, just got a piece, knocks it foul behind home plate.
So you think one more from Wheeler?
Got to figure as soon as this half inning ends, somebody will start to throw.
Yeah.
And then, you kind of feel out the 8th inning. Padres will have Diaz, Arise, and Machado coming up.
Because he is as sharp from the first pitch.
5th time this year, he's finished 7.
Oh.
Ball high, 1-2. He has not gotten an out in the 8th inning this year, and he has not faced anybody 4 times in a start this year. That could change here as guys now start to move around just a little bit in that home bullpen. Bases are empty. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-2 on Castellanos, who's having some kind of dialogue down there with plate umpire Fairchild. Now back in the box. Morgan dangling that right arm. Comes set. Holds the glove up against his belly. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch on the way. Castellanos, sharp grounder, snagged by Morgan, and the former infielder's got it. Runs it most of the way, and then an underhand flip to Arise to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Phils here in the 7th. And we go to inning number 8 in Philadelphia.
For 25% off your first order.
Breaking up is hard, but sometimes it's necessary. Move on with 0 down and 0% financing at DCH Honda Mission Valley.
A new Honda? Heated seats and 0 down?
Upgrade today. 0 down, 0% financing, and 100% peace of mind. DCH Honda Mission Valley. Fall in love with driving again.
Padres fans know what makes a great team, and that's why they choose the friendly pros at Petco as the home team for our pets' food, vet care, grooming, and more. Petco, official pet partner of the San Diego Padres. Jesse?
Elias Diaz will lead off. Mudcat, top of the 8th inning. Padres trailing 4-0. Zach Wheeler trying to get an out in the 8th for the first time this year. 95 pitches for Wheeler, who's thrown as many as 108 in a game this season. And there is now action in the Philly bullpen for the first time tonight. Diaz swings at the first pitch, pops it up to shortstop. Turner right under the outfield grass by a step, makes the catch. And 1 pitch, 1 out. So now officially the longest outing of the year for Zach Wheeler. He has thrown as many as 120 pitches in a game in his career, but I would not anticipate him being able to get to that number here tonight. The time he did that, by the way, 11 years ago as a Met. 1 out, nobody on. Luis Arise is going to face him for the 4th time. First pitch swinging, lines it into right field, and a base hit for Arise. Second knock of the night for Luis. 6th Padre hit, 2 from Arise, 2 from Bogaerts. Fernando has 1, Machado has 1, but that has been it against Zach Wheeler here tonight.
And swinging early. Elias Diaz, first pitch, pop up. First pitch to Arise, knock.
Arise had been 2 for 12 in his career against Zach Wheeler before tonight. He's got a couple of hits against him here this evening. Phillies with a 4-0 lead, but Padres have a guy at the plate who can change the scoreboard dramatically in a very quick manner. Machado 1 out of 3, had a base hit his last time. Wheeler out of the stretch, delivers, and Machado takes a breaking ball low outside, 1-0. Arise held on at first base by Bryce Harper. Not a huge threat to run. Does have 3 steals, and he is taking a giant lead over there. Not going, and the pitch fouled away, 1-1. Wheeler really has always done a really good job of controlling the running game. Not an easy guy to steal bases against.
And I think with the 4-0 lead, he is really concentrating on making good quality pitches to Manny Machado, who is a threat, as you mentioned, Jesse.
1-1, Wheeler delivers, and Manny takes low, 2 balls and a strike. Wheeler is not a ground ball guy by any means. You look at the numbers, many more fly balls than ground balls, but he really does have a knack at getting the double play when he needs it. The only Philly pitcher with more ground ball double plays this year, Christopher Sanchez. Pitch here is on the outside corner and a called strike, 2-2. That's a pretty nifty thing to have in your back pocket, along with everything else of your Zach Wheeler.
Yeah, if you've got that sinker working or that breaking ball down in the zone, and he can locate, like we mentioned earlier, you want to get that grounder, he could do that too.
2-2 to Manny. Arise got a huge lead, not running, in the pitch low and outside, ball 3. So Wheeler certainly coming to the end of the line here. 102 pitches, facing Machado for a 4th time. Got to figure if Manny reaches, this will be all for Wheeler. Maybe even if he gets him out, this could be all. 3-2, Arise stays put, and a ground ball towards third base. It's not hit hard. Bohm charges, only play to first just in time to get Manny, who was really digging up the line. Second out of the inning, Arise up to second base, and with the left-hand hitting Jackson Merrill coming up, we'll keep our eyes on Rob Thompson. That's what Jackson's doing. He kind of walked up towards home plate, dragging his bat behind him, and the whole time he was looking into the Philadelphia dugout. But Thompson is going to stick with Zach Wheeler and give him an opportunity to finish 8th and try and limit the usage of his bullpen, which this year has certainly not been anything close to as good as his starters. 4-0 Phillies, top of the 8th inning. Arise at second, 2 outs. Merrill 0 for 3 with a couple of Ks. Pitch 104, swung on and missed. First pitch curveball to Jackson Merrill. Oh, and 1. Wheeler delivers and misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Padres have had some opportunity against Wheeler, but not a ton. Nothing like yesterday. And he's buckled down every time they've threatened. Here's the 1-1. Merrill fouls it straight back on a line. And the count is now 1-2. Yes, the Padres are 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. But I don't know that I would put tonight's offensive performance in the same bucket as yesterday's in Cincinnati.
That was Zach Wheeler on the mound, right?
This is an elite guy out there. 1-2 to Merrill. Wheeler deals, and a swing and a miss. 97 up and out of the zone. 10th strikeout of the night for Zach Wheeler, who has thrown 8 shutout innings. 4-0 Philadelphia on the Padres Radio Network.
Any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6812. That's 800-575-6812. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Bottom of the 8th inning in Philadelphia. The Trustin will score. The Phillies 4 and the Padres nothing. David Morgan, who worked a scoreless 7th, back out there for the 8th inning. Kepler, Real Muto, and Stott. 6, 7, and 8 coming up. First pitch on the way. Kepler takes high and outside. Ball 1. Kepler 0 for 2 And the play from this game you will probably see more than any other on social media in the hours ahead. It was on a ball that Kepler hit. 1-0, swing and a foul ball out of play. Left side, 1-1, with a couple of guys on and 2 outs in the third inning. In at the time what was a 1-0 game. Hit a fly ball to center field. It looked like it was going to be a 3-run homer. Jackson Merrill had other ideas, went up, made a phenomenal catch, and robbed the home run to end the inning. 1-1, Kepler takes on the inside corner, strike 2.
I don't know if you noticed, but after that play, Rob Thompson was on the phone in the dugout calling the Philadelphia police, reporting a robbery. And Jackson Merrill was the culprit, taking away the 3-run shot. One heck of a play.
As good as we've seen all year. Ground ball foul at first base.
Timed it perfectly. It was fun to watch.
How's that cheesesteak, by the way?
Ooh, lovely. Cheesesteak from the clubhouse, the best ever consumed from anywhere in this great city of Philadelphia.
Ball and 2 strikes to Kepler. And Morgan delivers. That's in the air to left field. Pretty well struck. Johnson over towards the gap and right at the edge of the warning track. He'll make the catch, 1 away. Stay tuned. The Jamul Casino Resort Padre postgame show with Sam is coming up immediately following tonight's game. Game 2 of this series coming up tomorrow at the same time, 3:35 Pacific. Former Philly Nick Pivetta on the mound against the left-hander Christopher Sanchez, who, like Wheeler, has been having an outstanding season. Saw Rangers Suarez throw for them in their win yesterday. Real Muto checks his swing, takes low and outside, ball 1. While the Padres were dropping 2 out of 3 in Cincinnati, the Phillies had a 2-4 road trip through Houston and Atlanta. Got swept by the Astros and then took 2 out of 3 from the Braves, including a 2-1 win yesterday afternoon. 1-0, Real Muto takes right down the heart of the plate for a called strike, 1-1. Fun pitching yesterday in that game. Suarez and Spencer Strider both went 7. How about this for Ranger Suarez? 5th straight outing of at least 7 innings.
Yeah, their rotation's been nails. Month of June going into this game, 2.48. Now with Wheeler twirling, 8 goose eggs, that's going to go down. The rotation for the Phillies has been lights out in the month of June.
Suarez a 1.19 ERA in his last 10. Padres will miss him. He was out there yesterday. Pitch here, Real Muto pops it up, shallow right field. Cronenworth back from second base, he'll call off a rise. And on the outfield grass, he makes the catch. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bryson Stott will be the batter in the 9th. The Padres will have Tatis, Sheets, and Bogarts coming up as they try and start a rally. Got to figure for sure, right? Zach Wheeler's night finally done?
Yep, I would think so. There is action in the Phil's pen.
107 pitches for Wheeler. 8 shutout innings, 10K. Stott, left-handed batter, as he faces Morgan for the first time. And a fastball strike, 0-1. Stott officially 0 for 2 tonight, but he drove in the first run of the day back in the 2nd inning. He walked, stole a base, and scored in the 4th. So in the middle of a lot of the action. Swing and a miss here, 0-2. Phillies got some against Matt Waldron, who didn't finish 5. And command, and again, you always feel a little weird saying this for the knuckleballer, but command a little bit off for Waldron. 6 walks, 3 wild pitches, in addition to the 6 hits, but only 4 runs. 0-2 is upstairs. And, I really think tonight, for all the issues that Waldron may have had, the story of this game is Zach Wheeler. Because even if Waldron gave up 6, 7, or 1 run,
no question,
I don't know that this feels any different right now. 1-2 to Stott. Morgan trying for a 1-2-3 inning, and that one's in the air. Left center field, Merrill and Johnson both there, and again they bump into each other, and again Merrill able to make the catch. A 1-2-3-8. Last chance to dance coming up. Head of the 9th inning at Philadelphia. Padres.
you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Top of the ninth inning in Philadelphia. Fernando going to lead off against a new Philly pitcher, left-hander Tanner Banks. Nice to get Zach Wheeler out of there. Although the Padres are down 4-0. Trustin will score. Phillies 4. And the Padres nothing. Banks will face Tatis, Sheets, and Bogarts. Zach Wheeler, 8 shutout innings, 6 hits, no walks, 10 strikeouts. As fine of a pitching for performance as we have seen this year. And Fernando takes the first pitch slider, strike one. Pitching change brought to you by Miramar Kitchen and Bath. When it's time to upgrade your kitchen or bath, think of San Diego's top kitchen and bath remodelers for more than 30 years. Visit MiramarKitchenandBath.com to book your free consultation today. Towering fly ball to left, more high than deep. Kepler there, and he makes the catch. 1 out here in the ninth as we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Padres Radio Network.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
This is Mike Schilt, manager of the San Diego Padres. The Padres play here on 97.3 The Fan.
An Odyssey Sports Station.
Phillies up 4-0 with 1 out and nobody on in the top of the ninth inning. Gavin Sheets will be the batter here against Tanner Banks, trying to close this thing out for Rob Thompson. First pitch, and Sheets takes a 93-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike on the inside corner. Gavin 0 for 3 against Wheeler, but no shame in that tonight.
How strong was Wheeler? Last pitch thrown tonight, 97 miles an hour on the fastball.
Pitch here. Sheets lines it into center field. Marsh charging. He's got it. And 2 down in the top of the ninth. Really the only highlight of the night for the Padres, the great catch made by Merrill in the third inning. That was something to smile about. Brought to you by Smile Spirits. Real vodka cocktails, not a boring seltzer. Try Smile Spirits bold flavor with no sugary aftertaste. Available at Crisp Beverages and Natural Foods downtown, or visit smilespirits.com, making San Diego smile. Well, something else to be happy about, another multi-hit game for Xander Bogaerts. He stands in here with 2 outs, nobody on. Banks delivers, and Xander takes a little bit up, 1-0. 1 out double in the second inning, and a lead single in the fifth for Xander. All that after a 3-for-4 day yesterday. 1-0. And again, upstairs, 2-0 from Banks, who throws a ton of breaking balls. He also generally has great command, but he's gone 2-0 on Bogaerts here.
Yeah, slider and sweeper, top 2 pitches for the lefty.
Ground ball to third base. That could do it. Bohm has it near the bag, drops it, and Xander aboard. It was hit a little awkwardly. Bohm came in on it a little awkwardly. His foot actually hit third base, I think, right as he was trying to make the transfer from the glove to the hand. And the whole thing just was a little bit discombobulated. They give Bogaerts an infield single. And the Padres with a little bit of life here with 2 outs in the ninth inning. So Cronenworth will go lefty to lefty against Banks. Bogaerts takes off. Pitch is low, no throw down. And 1-0 on Cronenworth as Xander is given second base. Jake facing Banks for the first time in his career. Lefty from Utah delivers, and Cronenworth sends it in the air to right center field. Marsh over into the gap. He makes the catch, and the ball game is over. Zach Wheeler, 8 shutout innings here tonight. Philly offense did just enough against a wild Matt Waldron, and Tanner Banks closes it out as the Phils take game 1 of this series by a final of 4-0. Take a break, come back, give you some final thoughts and the totals on the Padres Radio Network.
It's Ben from Ben & Woods. If you're looking for something new to sip this summer, Better Buzz Coffee is coming in hot with their Summer Flings menu. It's love at first sip. You've got to try the Coconut Best Drink Ever, Blue Crush Acai Bowl, and more. For a limited time only at Better Buzz Coffee.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello.
Boomer is the dog. Then he looked good. I just followed his picture all the way. And there he is. Boomer's dad.
That was kind of a change from the everyday thing that we normally do as far as baseball cards are concerned.
Hey, I have a Labrador. Where's my card?
You know, a little bit different, and it turned out to be a fun experience.
It was just when the camera crew tried to leave that there was a problem. You can't leave.
We're going to have you inside these rooms. You have to hit the NY.US. Steve's company? Is that